In this video, we'll talk about how to shoot your precision-guided firearm. We're here at the Austin Gun Club, just a few minutes outside of Austin, Texas. It's a beautiful, windy morning here. In front of me, I have Tracking Point's XS1 precision-guided firearm, which is in .338 Lapua Magnum. I have 2 charged batteries. My bolt is installed. I'm ready to go. So before we get started, I'd like to make a quick note on firearm safety. Regardless of all the technology inside the precision-guided firearm, this is still a firearm, and all firearm safety rules apply. So having said that, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to turn the system on by pressing the power button right here. Now when I press the system on, it will boot in 2 seconds to what's called traditional mode. In traditional mode, you will have a mil-dot reticle zeroed at 100 yards, and you can shoot your system just as you would a traditional firearm. Now I cycle into advanced mode by pressing the mode button right here. Advanced mode is the core of the precision-guided firearm. This is where you can take tracked shots on static or moving targets. Tracking Point shot sequence is called Tag, Track, Exact, or TTX, and it's simple, intuitive, and takes only minutes to master. Let's get started. The first thing that we'll do is get a good, comfortable firing position. Now this model is adjustable, both the height of the bipod in the front as well as the height and length of the stock in the rear. You'll also want to watch your eye relief, or the distance from your eye off of the optic. But once I have a good steady firing position, like so, I'll then go ahead and input my wind. Now I input wind right here. Wind is the only manual input for the precision-guided firearm. You'll input wind in terms of miles per hour to your left or to your right with respect to the direction the bullet path will fly. In this case, I have a strong tailwind, but just a little bit of leftward movement, so I'm going to enter a 3 mile per hour left wind call. I press this button in half-mile-an-hour increments. I see the value reflected in the heads-up display, and now I have my wind call. Now I'm going to insert a magazine, chamber around, and put the system on fire. Now I tend to back out to minimum magnification to scan for targets, and then once I find a target, I'll zoom in. I now have a target. So the shot sequence begins with the tag button. The tag button is the red button located in the trigger guard right here. When I press the tag button, it's going to fire the laser rangefinder, pull in all the environmentals relevant to that shot, and it's actually going to lock onto the target. I'll see a red dot appear exactly where my tag was, and then I will see a blue X-shaped reticle disturb downwards. Now that blue reticle represents the firing solution specific to that shot. If I place a tag and I don't happen to like it, I simply press the tag button again and it will clear the tag, and then I'll re-tag. I can do that as many times as I want to get the perfect shot lined up. Press and hold the tag button. In this case, that is not a good tag. If I don't like it, I'll simply press the tag button again to clear, and I will re-tag. So this is a good tag. You'll notice that the range populated the top left corner of the screen. In this case, we are 524 yards from that target. I now have a good tag. When I'm ready to fire, I'm going to squeeze and hold the trigger. When I do that, the reticle will turn red, telling me I am armed, but it will not fire until I align the red reticle with the red tag. I'm going to squeeze and hold the trigger. When I do this, my reticle turns red. Then I will align the red reticle to the red tag. The system will fire when they're optimally aligned to hit. Tag, track, exact. That's all there is to it. The PGF persistently tracks moving targets, so if you put a tag on a target and that target moves, you'll track it up to about 10 miles an hour. If you decide you want to take a shot on that target as it's moving, the system will calculate the speed at which the target is moving and will factor in the appropriate ballistic lead so you hit the target. Now, the system actually is seeing a larger window than you can see through the optic. So if a target moves and it moves out of your view, you'll see a big yellow arrow point to the direction that you need to move in order to reacquire the target. If the target does move entirely out of the image sensor, you'll see a message saying that that the target is lost and you need to retag it, you'll simply press the red button to untag, and then you'll go acquire the target and retag. Now, there are a couple of other things to mention about the tagging process. So in order to set a tag, you need to press and hold the tag button for about a half second. If you don't hold it that long, you won't get a good tag. As you're holding down the tag button, you'll notice the image go in slow motion. This is on purpose. It's image stabilization software designed to help you put a good tag on a target at long range. So you press and hold, and then you just release the tag button when you have your ideal position. Now, when you do tag targets at extremely long range, you'll notice that the reticle will disturb downwards, proportionate to how far away your target is. What that's really doing is it's actually forcing you to mechanically elevate the barrel to the position and space you would need to in order to make that shot. But it's just worth knowing so that you can expect the downward movement of the reticle when you set your tag at long range. One other feature to be aware of is the user console. To open the user console, you'll press and hold the mode button for 3 seconds. You'll see a menu appear with a number of options to fine-tune the system if that happens to be necessary. Now that's it. It really is that easy. With Tracking Point's precision-guided firearm and the Tag, Track, Exact shot sequence, you'll be making amazing shots at long range in no time. Thank you, and please enjoy.